And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the Self-Developed YouTube channel. Let's get it going. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing day. The most base channel for men, you guys know what's up. I feel like we're like a cult right now, you know, in these later days where there's not many of us, you know, Christ-fearing, like real conservative men who are trying to hold on to the last bits of beauty we have here in the West, or maybe you're in Europe or wherever you live, because society is like really the enemy is on hyperdrive right now with every single kind of like weapon you could think of like as an arsenal. You know, this being feminism, this being get the kids, this being LGB, this being, you know, deceiving spirit, false religion, this way of being. It's on hyperdrive, and I think you guys know this. This is something that the layman, you know, normal person can see. And I don't say that in like a degrading way. Like I say it to myself, you guys know something's up. Something's up. And we need a solution. Right? We need an answer. I needed an answer. You guys do. I don't care how smart you think you are, how tough you think you are, how whatever. We're hurting right now. Our society is very confused. And I promise you guys, as I've learned truths in my life, Christ is the way. I know it sounds a little cringy for some of you. I know it sounds hard to grasp and like, David, I just don't buy it. And that's fine. Completely understandable. I was the exact same way. We've been programmed our entire lives to view Christ as this like hippie who walked on water. You know, Christians are weird. And to be fair, like most Christians are lost. Like most Christians, I would say like 80% of Christians are, yeah, they're sold a fake lie, right? Due to a lot of man-made doctrine in church, etc., which is why I say I'm a Christ follower, right? I don't say Christian, Christ follower, right? And I'll make many more videos, guys. So in today's video, we are speaking about lust, okay? We're going to speak about a ton of things. I say one thing, but you guys know how we work. We talk on like, let's start talking about like flat earth or something like that. We'll speak of like 15 things. This is kind of just like a little mini rant with you guys, the cult members, in a good way. You know, discerning and growing as much as we can in these end times, because mark my words, you need to be ready for what's coming, because it's going to get confusing. And that's what the enemy wants. So in today's video, guys, we're going to speak about lust and how to overcome that as a man. I'm going to give you biblical takes, practical takes, my life, etc., etc. So with that, how to overcome lust. Now, guys, what I would say in a nutshell, the biggest reason most men today don't find Christ. They don't find true mission and purpose. You want to know what it is? Do you guys want to know the real reason why? It's not because of media. I mean, I guess it could be. It's not because they're lazy. It's not because they're fat. It's not because they're broke. But it's because they're being controlled by their penis. That's kind of hard to say with a straight face. They're being controlled by lust. Whether you guys are, and again, like Satan tries to affect me with this. I catch myself here and there still. You know, I'll be on TikTok and something will pop up and you'll start that primal desire and you will start to like watch the video longer than you should. And you almost have to like snap out of it. You're like, no, be gone, Satan, right? James 4:7, resist the devil and he shall flee. And it's a fact, guys. Let's speak about it. So as you guys know, it's no shock at this point, but as men, we have masculine energy, right? This is why God created man first. And I'm going to say some biblical truths, and moving forward, I want to make this very clear. I'm going to be as authentic as I can with you guys, and a lot of times it's going to trigger you and upset you and make maybe you feel like I'm attacking you or something like that. And I want you to know that, number one, I'm still learning, guys. I have a lot to learn. I'm open to that. I'm growing every day. I'm humbled and serving the Lord. He gains me and gives me wisdom every day. But I say this out of love. I don't say this because I'm trying to put you guys down or anything, but you need to some of you need to grow up and you know, start maybe accepting that your paradigm or way of, you know, living life isn't the be all end all just because it's cushiony and makes you feel good, right? I say this out of love. My pastor says that, right? Open rebuke is better than like hidden love or something like that. He'll call me out. He'll call us out right then and there, bro. So yeah, as you guys know, men were created first. Man, Adam, is created first in the Garden of Eden for God, right? We as men, if you're a man watching this, you were created for your mission. I didn't say women. I didn't say wife. I didn't say family. I didn't say children. I said number one, first and foremost, you're created to serve the Lord. Period. Now, from that, women are then created for man, not the other way around. You guys need to grow up. And the reason I'm coming a little hard at you guys is because the reason we're in this degenerate mess to begin with, and I've played a part in this too, so I'm blaming myself too. The reason we're here with all of these anti-Christ-like, demonic, just degenerate practices, right? We're talking feminism, LGB, you paint the picture, all the corruption in schools, and just our country's being taken from us. I live in Canada, so I'm not in the States, but I'm still here in the West, and just seeing Canada being broken down. I go downtown Toronto and just like seeing all like the just immigration of like false immigrants, and it's not the country that I was born into. I'll tell you guys that. When I was a kid, going to parks, feeling that sense of community, oneness. And I'm not saying, you have to be, this ethnicity to live here, no, but you can tell when you live in a certain country, right? You live in the States, you live in Europe, you live in Canada. We withhold and uphold certain Canadian, right? I'm Canadian, values and culture, whether you guys like to believe that or not, because that's how our society and country got built, right? And seeing that get taken away and destroyed, and not only that, then brainwashed and told that we're supposed to believe different religions and different practices, that our religions or our practices that built us here are somehow wrong, right? Keyword, that built us. Can you imagine like our four founding fathers? And yes, I take a lot of pride in my white heritage. My grandparents helped build this country with their hands. My grandfather's still alive. Their entire lives they served in the Salvation Army, which I'm not honestly even too familiar with, but I know it's Christ-based and it's service-based, whether that's helping out communities, feeding the poor, just with their own two hands, building the West here. And imagine all of our grandparents doing that. This is all they knew. For them to do that, and then for now individuals to come over from their countries and say, oh, that's wrong. This is now what we're doing. How dare you? Who are you? How dare you? And maybe it's because I'm getting older and I'm coming to see this more clearly now. I'm not sure what it is, but like I'm just like, dang, our country is being ruined. We can no longer see eye to eye with our fellow individual. There's no sense of community whatsoever. Everyone gets offended politically. A, B, C, D. You can't say anything now because there's a fly here. Go out, fly. Anyways, yeah, I'm speaking on a ton of things here. I'm going a little too deep, but yeah, there's no more congruency anymore. There's no more eye to eye. There's no more sense of camaraderie like there used to be. And again, I'm not saying I take credit for this. I'm only 25. I didn't necessarily build up my country, but you can bet your butt that I'm doing a lot to help conserve the values that built our country, and I'm very proud about that. I take that with honor because I'm seeing the beauty in it. And of course that's being destroyed. So anyways, how to overcome lust, right? I told you guys to be going like these little rants. What you guys need to understand is first and foremost, let's cut to the chase. You have to be submitted to Christ, guys. There's no question about it. Without that, you will fail simply because you will be given over to a reprobate mind, right? It's a new word I learned. You'll be given over to deceiving spirits. You will be confused. You will begin to serve yourself as God, right? Your own flesh, right? Which is really what it is, right? Why do they promote that so much in our society, right? Indulge. Do you. Oh, David, my doctors tell me that it's healthy. It's normal. Whatever makes me feel good, right? Self-worship, sloth, gluttony, pride, right? You guys got to wake up. What's being pushed and promoted? Anything that confirms you, right? How dare you disagree with my version of my reality? Who are you? That's why everyone hates Christ, because Christ is like, it ain't good. It's not good enough. Hard pill for me to swallow too, man. Believe me, I was fornicating with my girl. I was with her for 4 years. And for me to accept, like, hey, I got to be celibate till marriage because I respect Christ, the ultimate authority. And the hands of death could no longer hold him because of what he said. And there's historical documentation on this, guys. We have the Dead Sea Scrolls. We have over 500 eyewitnesses, 25,000 manuscripts confirming his life, death, and resurrection, lining up within 99% accuracy. And none of these manuscripts knew each other, right? Yeah, it's crazy. So number one, right, submit yourself to Christ and gain the Holy Spirit. Guys, I just let this fly out. How did you just get back in? Bro, I literally... Satan, bro. Satan's in that fly. What was I saying? You see? That's spiritual warfare, guys. He tries to throw you off. I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you. I literally let the fly out. I have a curtain. I closed it. Anyways, though, see, and then I lose my train of thought. You submit yourself to Christ, you begin to realize that there is something greater than you guys. And the reason I push this so much is because I need you guys to gain the Holy Spirit. You know, I have a lot of young guys I mentor, and they're like, David, you know, I still struggle with vaping or swearing or fornicating or fapping, lust, right? Which is the whole point of this video. And David, I can't. Oh, there, he left. Good. Don't come back, you fly. Do not come back. It's hard for him to come back, bro. That's a thick curtain. I don't even know where he popped out. They'll be like, David, you know, I can't overcome this. And the reason I make this video is because, well, yeah, you won't overcome it. If you do not submit yourself to Christ, guys, you, remember this, you will not overcome lust. I don't care how much willpower you think you have, how disciplined you think you are, how much David Goggins you watch, it doesn't matter, because it's still carnal and it's of your flesh. And if your flesh is what got you here, what makes you think your flesh is going to solve this, right? They say you can't solve the problem that, or what's the quote? You can't solve the problem with the same means in which the problem was created. I don't know, maybe Einstein said that's something, and that's a fact. All right, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Oh, well, you know, but I'll start NoFap next week, and this time it'll be different, and the week after. You're going to keep failing because it's of your flesh, it's of your carnal willpower, and that will fail. That will run out. It's finite. It's like a gas tank. At a certain point, maybe not now. Maybe you'll be good for a couple months. Some of you guys get really prideful. You know, I'm good. I've been on it for a few months, though. I've been on it this. Hey, maybe you'll keep going. Maybe your gas tank's halfway, but it will hit a breaking point. And when it does, you'll land flat on your face. I don't say this out of pride or anything. No, because I can fall flat on my face at any time too. If I move too much into my own understanding and pride and I start exalting myself, God will humble me. But there's a verse, I don't know exactly which it is, but it says just that. If you exalt yourself, God will humble you. But if you humble yourself, God will exalt you, right? So the sanctification process, which is following Christ, this is a side tangent, but you guys notice he purifies you, right? So one of the ways in which he cleanses you or sanctifies you is he rids your pride. That's a hard one to swallow, man. God will snap you. He breaks you. He breaks you down, right? But that's besides the point. So you guys, yeah, you follow Christ. You submit to that. And I really mean it, man. You guys got to be at a certain point, like, you got to be tired of just living a degenerate, sinful life. You know, and I don't say this to, like, make fun of you guys, but, like, I get so many guys that complain and they're like, David, why am I still a loser? You know, why do I still fap? And these are, like, grown men. These are, like, 25-year-old men still fapping and vaping and doing this degenerate stuff. And they need men to call them out. I say this out of love, guys. I don't say this because I'm better than you, but, like, you need a father who you didn't have to say, you got to cut this out. You got to grow up. You got to move out. Like, you're being an effeminate man-child. Like, what a disgrace. Our ancestors and grandparents fought this hard just for you to be addicted to a vape at 27. What a joke. It's really sad, man. And when you gain the Holy Spirit and you grow up and realize, you know what? Maybe I gotta drop my pride and actually give this Christ thing a shot, because I think that I'm so smart and I can do it all by myself, yet you're still in the exact same loop year after year. It's not working, dude. You're not special. You're not some powerful snowflake that can, like, break the code. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Right? This is James 4:7, like I said earlier. First submit yourself to God, then resist the devil, then he will flee. If you guys don't do the first step, which is submitting yourself to God, you will not withstand the spiritual attacks. Because that's what you have to understand it is. This is kind of a separate topic, but, like, lust, guys, a lot of times is a spiritual attack. And you can't fight that with your carnal willpower. You think Satan doesn't know you better than you know yourself? You think again, and different video. But, yeah, if you guys don't submit yourself to a strong authority, you're screwed. I don't know what to tell you. You're screwed. I would be screwed. It didn't matter. And that is the answer to overcome lust. You know, from that, guys, as you gain the Holy Spirit and you notice your heart to begin, this is, like I said, the sanctification process. You notice that you no longer become attracted to certain things, and you really, what it is you're becoming discerning now. You're able to see clearly, this isn't right. This is satanic. Why is this girl twerking on my For You page and I've been on here for 0.3 seconds? Why is this advertisement? Why is everything promoted on Instagram and the music and Grammy so hypersexualized? You're just being more vigilant. It's not that anything's changing. Your willpower is not going up. It's not like, oh, I'm just trying to resist it more. No, no, no. You're just noticing. You're like, this doesn't add up. Why is this being pushed so much? For the first time, your eyes is awoke, right? In New Age spirituality, they say your third eye is awake, right? Really, this is just Christ consciousness. You're just aware. And from being aware, right? You guys know awareness in and of itself is transformative. Through being aware, you just naturally take the next steps. I can't explain it to you guys, but the second I began to follow Christ about a year and a half ago, before I even knew what was happening, something clicked in me where like I was just able to overcome lust, and I was just able to see it as a demonic tactic. That's all it was. Girls wearing their super tight leggings so far up there, you know what? Like it like, do you guys think that just happened by chance? Like it's satanic. It is so satanic. And I feel so bad for them. And I feel so bad for men and people who can't see through that. And they feed into their lust and their, fleshly desires because they think, oh, I feel this emotion, therefore it must be it. Your spiritual eye is closed shut, brother. So that's the end of the video, guys. That's the answer. It's no like tactic or 3-step do this A B C D. Can that help? Sure, it can help, but if it's still not submitted under Christ as the authority, let me put it this way: when you guys submit yourself to Christ, what's so beautiful about Christ and no other religion is you gain something called the Holy Spirit, which is Christ in your heart. He gives us a part of him and it resides within us. No other religion has that. Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, definitely not atheism, none of them have it. They either reject it or they don't believe in it. But Christ, you gain that. And that's why it's the key to salvation. And that's why you're able to overcome these sins. That's why all the conservative people actually fighting evil are Christian, Christ followers. You guys notice that too? Where all the other, you paint the picture, but like other religious people with their street preaching, protesting, where are they? Where are they? I don't see them at Drag Story Hour. I don't see them at pride parades getting persecuted. Where are they? Right? Because it's a spirit. I'm not trying to be mean or like throw a certain, ethnicity or religious person under the bus, but like you got to like wake up and notice certain patterns. It's always like the anti-abortion or the anti-this, that. They're all Christ followers. You guys notice that? Because it's a spirit, right? So hopefully you guys are catching on at this point. Like, I'm praying to God, I need this channel to like, and I know it will in his time, to like really start picking up. One, for my sake, because I'll be brutally honest with you guys, finances have been, I've been going through a lot of spiritual warfare, but I'm fine. That's how it is. Like I said, I have the Spirit of Christ. I'm able to endure, right? Which is another benefit, but yeah, it's getting crazy out here. And most importantly, I need people to see this, man. I'm no special snowflake, but there's no one else promoting stuff like this, right? We have Mark the Messenger and guys like that, but there are no channels like this. And I need more people to see this, man, because this is the truth, and there's nothing you guys can say to convince me. So anyways, guys, that is it. I finished this video here. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe, and I will finish here with the final plugs. If you guys are interested and would like to work with me on a personal level, you guys know what's up. There is always one-on-one coaching where we can speak on topics just like this in a more in-depth level, or becoming more like Christ, building yourself up physically, mentally, emotionally, and in your relationships. Spots are open. Book yourself a spot below. You can support Edge, coupon code developed. You guys know what's up. Just a nice black shirt, and that's that. All right. Love you guys. I'll catch you next video. Keep enduring, follow the path, trust God, and be bold, man. Okay, you got to be fed up with your own BS, half-assed excuse with life, falling into sin time and time again, just thinking your willpower will save you. If it would have by now, but it's not working. So we need a new solution. We need a new answer, and I want you to drop your pride and give this a shot. Okay, smart guy who thinks they're too logical for this, see where that gets you. I say this with love. Okay, thank you guys. I'll check you next video. Till then, much love. Peace.